Hello, welcome. My name's Kevin. I'm the atypical cripple. I have here a breakdown of government federal spending, and I thought it would be worthwhile to go over that because if America were a racist and evil country, uh, would that be borne out in its spending, federal spending? And what I wanted to point out here is that even though we are a wealthy country, uh, the majority of the wealth is redistributed to the poor. I am one of those people it's redistributed to. And I'm just left thinking, gosh, isn't there a better way of doing this? Isn't there a less expensive way of caring for people than throwing money around like a drunken sailor? I mean, there's only so much of this that we can do. It almost seems to me like the American taxpayer is, getting the big middle finger from the class of people that spend it. So I thought I'd go over some government spending, not statistics, but just the numbers from their own accounting of how much goes where. And here's another thing. I once had a caregiver. Oh, she was a hot mess. But she'd come in. Ah, the U.S. government, they only spend on defense. Well, let's take a look here at the 4 or 5 top spending programs. Let's see here. There's income security. Income security covers unemployment compensation, other income security. So, not really sure what that is. Um, Federal employee retirement and disability, um, food and nutrition assistance, housing assistance. I have Section 8, so that might be under that. Housing assistance and government retirement and disability. Um, it's funny. 536 million, and yet that's less than 1% of so of that particular program. That's just astounding how much money is coming through these people's hands. Social Security, 1.1 trillion. So we're already looking at 2.4 trillion, and we haven't gotten even to Medicare and healthcare. And then the fifth bar here, we have national defense. Are you kidding me? The United States is such an evil country that we spend the majority of our federal spending on its own people. And then when you look at national defense, I mean, 690 billion for normal defense spending. Atomic energy defense activities, that would be nuclear weapons. Only 24 billion. Only 24. Yeah. Uh, Other defense related activities. I don't know what that would be, whether that would be DARPA or. I don't know, it's not very descriptive. But still. Commerce and housing credits. Uh, I don't know what that is. Um, but it's a lot of money. I, I just wanted to point out that the majority of spending, is on its own people. Um, I do want to point out that in a book, probably almost 30 years old now, Rush Limbaugh pointed out that in these spending programs on welfare, 70% of it goes to feed the machine or the bureaucracy that these programs need to run. I guess what I mean by that is for every $1 given to Social Security, allotted to Social Security, 70 cents of that dollar is going to run Social Security. Isn't that a welfare program in itself? I get Medicare, Medicaid funding for caregiving and things like that. And, yeah, that's the money that goes to my caregiving is a federal program. And as much as I need that to live, I gotta say, there's gotta be a less expensive way of dealing with this, especially given a lot of the technology that's come into play that should automate a lot of these programs, that should automate a lot of these procedures with simple Boolean language, if then else. If this condition is true, then spend money. Shouldn't take that much. But on the other hand, I do recognize the need for people that know what they're doing. We need people with expertise. We need people to sit there on the other side of the counter and to be able to talk to somebody and because many times these programs have problems, and they need to be sorted out so people can go about living their lives. But on the other hand, and especially with Social Security, there seems to be a lot of bureaucratic siphoning that happens that lends, I've worked for the government. I know they many times overpay their employees. When I was working with National Marine Fisheries, for the amount of work I was putting into my job, definitely feel I was getting overpaid. But yeah, that's how that works. And there are lots of people that have some really great lives based on the government spending. And many of these people, they have important jobs, and I think they should get paid for the amount of expertise that they have. Let's say, like the government labs at Lawrence Livermore and oh, the one in New Mexico, Los Alamos. Those are important things to fund, but I think that would be under the Department of Energy, under National Defense. And when you look at that, 24 billion for defense-related atomic energy programs. Yeah, okay, but do we really need 1.1 trillion for Social Security? And do we really need income security at 1.3 trillion? I'm not really sure whether this is COVID related. I would assume that would come down. But yeah, it boggles the mind. Anyway, my name's Kevin. I am the typical cripple, and I'll see you on the next mounts.